Dozens of people have been killed and many more injured in a suicide bombing at a railway station in Pakistan. Officials say the bomber targeted a crowded platform as hundreds waited to travel. The Separatist Balochistan Liberation Army says it was behind the attack.
A crowded train platform as caught on this CCTV footage, and then a powerful explosion rips through. Officials estimate there had been around 100 people here. Among them, soldiers, all waiting to board a train when the blast hit around 8:45 on Saturday morning.
People were running here and there in chaos. Some were injured, some were missing arms, legs, or even hands.
At a nearby hospital, dozens of victims were rushed in, some critically wounded.
I bought a ticket and went to the station. Not long after I arrived, the blast happened. 2 other people who were with me were injured. There were more people near me. God knows what happened to them.
Police are investigating the incident, but they suspect it was the work of a suicide bomber. An outlawed separatist group, the Balochistan Liberation Army, or BLA, says it carried out the attack.
The terrorists often seek out soft targets out of frustration. When their people are arrested, they also attack in retaliation. We all have to fight this war, but we're steadfast, as you can see through the way we responded. All our teams reach the victims, and they are trying to save as many lives as they can.
The BLA is one of several groups behind a wave of attacks in the Balochistan province. They've been targeting mostly security forces and foreigners in the mineral-rich region, posing a growing threat to security in Pakistan.
Now let's get more on that story from Adnan Amir. He's a freelance journalist in Islamabad. What is the latest that you're hearing about this explosion?
Well, I think most of the details, as you shared in the report, are the latest information, and the death toll is increasing. It has surpassed 30, and majority of the people killed in this attack are security personnel. So the problem is that recently in Balochistan, the roads, the highways, they are not really safe because the same outlawed group, Baloch Liberation Army, they have carried out attacks on people traveling through highways. So railway was considered a relatively safe approach, and that's why these security people were traveling through this train. But this attack took place earlier in the morning, which was very gruesome. And I've talked to people on the scene in the hospitals, and it's a really pretty bad sight.
Now, tell us more about this group, the Balochistan Liberation Army, that has claimed responsibility.
Yeah, Balochistan Liberation Army, or BLA, it's a separatist militant group which is fighting for the independence of Balochistan for the last 2 decades. And it has been designated as a terrorist organization by government of Pakistan and State Department. And recently, the activities and the intensity of the attacks of this group have increased. In August this year, they carried out a series of attacks which resulted in killing more than 70 people. And they have also targeted the Chinese people in Pakistan, and in Balochistan, and they consider them as a threat to the Baloch population here. So they are intensifying their war against the government of Pakistan, and they claim that the Baloch identity is under threat, and that's why, due to the socio-economic situation and the political situation in Pakistan, they are also getting a lot of people who are joining them, which is really a matter of concern for the government.
Now, with what you just described, the number of attacks on the rise, more and more people joining them, do you think there's a political way out of this crisis?
Yes, I think the ultimate solution has to be political, because at the moment the government of Pakistan is so bogged down at political crisis at the center, at Islamabad, that Balochistan has become an afterthought. So also these militant groups are taking advantage of the situation. But I think ultimately this war cannot be won without a political solution.
The journalist, thank you very much.
Thank you.